So, updates. Obviously, we didn't get the car to the car show. The engine's not in it. I do have some photos from the car show. I'm going to put them shortly after this. But we learned a couple of things. One, we had the wrong jack to do what we wanted to do. Couldn't get it underneath the engine enough. And yeah, I know so many people are like, "Oh, well, one person can lift this motor." Okay, yeah, one person, not me. There was three of us out here. My wife, my brother-in-law, and myself. I was running the jack and trying to direct things from underneath, and my brother-in-law was trying to make sure things didn't flip forward or off to the side, and my wife was trying to help us get the jack to go forward. Unfortunately, we couldn't get everything in line. Sorry, mother-in-law pulled up, so I paused the video for a second. What we did do is figure out that we couldn't get the engine level enough to line up both the lower pins, lower bolts, and get the input shaft into the transmission. So we bought a motorcycle jack. Put a picture of it here. Plus, since we didn't make it to the car show, we decided that during that time period we would trying to get ready for the next car show, or at least just to get the car to drive, go down the road in it. We would buy a few things, mostly the missing stuff from the engine as current, like the heating tubes, the seals for the engine bay, the pea shooters that are on this are shot. So we bought new ones. The brain's working. The exhaust clamps. We bought them. The box you saw me carrying in the intro that's right here. So a little bit of J-Bug shopping. There's one of the tubes. We also, if you can't tell, we upgraded the lights. In the shop, we went from having the two standard house lights that were horribly wired in here to having some actual LED lights over the top. So it actually puts a lot more light in here. You can actually see things a lot better. I can see in the engine bay. I can see things I couldn't see before. I happen to be a little bit light sensitive, so hat helps out a lot. But anyways, one of the tubes, we bought two because I didn't read lengths. So cut that down and probably save one just in case we pull this engine out again, because we will. And we break any of these. So there's that. One of the engine seals. The heater box tubing. It goes from the engine to the underside of the car. Bought two of those. There's the engine seal again. Another one. Another part to it, I should say. Looks like they decided we need multiple. I only ordered one. What's this? Oh, the installation kit for the mufflers. We needed some of the pieces for it. The connectors. They gave us two. We only needed one. It's awesome. Exhaust clamp. And there she is. 1 out of 2. What else we got in here? sticker from J-Bugs. I like it. It's kind of a... We'll have to put that somewhere. I've got 2 of them now. The other one's on the table somewhere. I believe that's one of the seals. So that's something we needed. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
I have a phone number that we have to call tomorrow to file a claim for your...
Okay. My phone broke. We are recording off the phone, but my microphone piece plugs into the charge port on the phone, and it quit working. I thought it was the microphone. We actually have a wireless microphone set. This piece right here. I thought this was broken. It is not. It works perfectly fine in every other system. So I tried plugging my phone into charge, and it's not charging, which means this video also may have a chance of getting stuck on the phone, and then I have to upload it to YouTube, download it to my computer, and then edit it, which sucks. But there's that. So, upgraded lights in the shop. We got new parts, and we got the engine jack. So, or the motorcycle jack. So next step at this point is to get the motorcycle jack in here and get it set up. Fortunately, there's a car in the way with an engine underneath it. So I'm going to stop the video for a moment and see if I can get that in here.
I got the jack in here now. It's supposed to be a 2-person lift. I just kind of rolled it in here. I brought it most of the way from where it was on Dolly, and then just kind of rolled it past the car, and then pushed it the rest of the way. Do I have an easily accessible... Pardon me while I throw all of these car parts back in the box. And see if I can find a knife. No, doesn't look like I have an easily accessible knife. We can use this though. So, just using a file. It'll work. It'll work. Trust me. All right. So, this jack here is fairly inexpensive at Harbor Freight. Who knows if you're doing the same thing? So most people do off frame restorations. They remove the body from the frame of the car, and then they do the restoration there. My frame is in fairly decent condition, except for a hole in one of the pans. So my limited knowledge of welding, I didn't see a point of popping the body off. Plus, where would I do it? I don't have any room. So, the easiest way to do mine was to remove the engine. If you're going to remove your Volkswagen engine, of any type of Volkswagen, where the engine can come in and out from the bottom of the car, good suggestion, motorcycle jack. You can find them on Marketplace. I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so trying to find one on Marketplace that wasn't only within our price range, but within driving range, and that would make it reasonable was hard. This guy right here costs about $130. Most of the ones I was finding on Marketplace were $80 and up, and in the town Seattle. So couldn't beat the price, really. Not with fuel and everything in the Jeep. Let's check this baby out. There we go. You can't really see it, but there we go. There we go. All right. Instructions? We need instructions for a jack? Well, probably. Probably, because if I don't read them, then I'll be lost, and that'll be problematic. I wonder if I can make it to my garbage. Nope, I missed. Okay. Safety. Setup. Oh wow, none of this is together. Okay, so this just went from showing off what I was unboxing to a a let's build it episode. So I guess let's get to it. Let's build us an engine or a motorcycle jack. Well, I guess it would be an engine jack at this point. So it uses a bottle jack. So let's get to it. I guess it's a good thing I got a table now. We upgraded the chairs too. I should have mentioned that. We got some chairs from Harbor Freight. They're actually pretty nice. I needed something better than those cruddy lawn chairs. Okay. Handle. I think I'm gonna need these guys. Hold on. I gotta move. I'm gonna move this. You can't see it. The doghouse. Doghouse to the car was sitting on top of my tools. So I'll put that off to the side. Interesting. Okay. So here's the bottle jack. This is, well, I guess it's not quite your typical bottle jack. Because they made some changes for it to be a poppets. Towards the garbage. Close. But it includes, it's the bottle jack that they use for lifting. And they adjusted it to have a pedal lift instead of a handle lift. There is a handle spot right there. Okay. Sorry if that styrofoam squeaked in your ears. Okay, that's going to have to come out in a second. Move some of the styrofoam out of the way. What's this? This is another part to it. Right here. Huh. Another to put in there, another foot thing. Interesting. Pop it to the garbage. They're not making it. So I'm assuming another foot pedal. That right there. All right, main jack. Up and out. Grab this. Throw that. All the styrofoam back in the box. Oh, there's a nut right there. What are these other 2 bolts used for? What are these other 2? They're supposed to go right here. Oh, they're probably for these straps. Here and here. I believe. And then the straps, these guys, go here and here. I'm pretty sure. Sure load sits evenly. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's check our operation. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Well, I need to fix the... Oh, this is supposed to... But it's not doing it. These are supposed to fall in place. There you go. That way when you go, it stops. And then you can lift it back up a little ways. And then you can pull this bar, lock it in place right here on this. It's supposed to lock right there. And then that'll make this so much easier. And that sits, if we can see, yeah. No, you can't see. Let me move this some. It sits right under. Can you get it there? The placement of the motor. So what it's hitting is the wood beam that's under the motor right now, but that wood beam is barely touching. So look, right there. That'll be perfect because then we can move the V-bores out from underneath, get that wood out from underneath, and then just lift, get it up. Once we get it up and into place, we can, right, and this easily moves across this floor. So I got to get those two tightened down. Get these guys tightened down right here. So give me a second to find something there to do that. Oops. Bumping the camera. Not in there. Record. Okay, so I had to jump inside really quick into the house because I had just used this inside and this. And that's the tool I needed for the tool and attachments. I used this guy the other day. And hopefully I have the right size torque in here. A little smaller than that one. Perfect. Okay. And tighten. And there. She ain't going nowhere. Well, that won't give me the tool back. Give me my tool back. Ah! Oh no. Well, that's not good. Well, I guess we get a new one of those. Well, let's see if we can get enough out of it to tighten this guy down. There we go. Yeah. Tool's broken. Oh. Perfect timing though. That's tightened down now. I don't remember where I got this toolkit from, this Warrior kit. But it just broke. The those are part of the extended bit that I use quite often. Yeah. That just broke right out. That piece right there. And then this is the little magnet that goes down on the end to hold the bit in. Yeah, that just came apart. This is my Warrior toolkit, my Warrior adapter for my torque, or my impact. Oh well, this is now together. That's what matters, right? Okay, so now that we got the engine jack, I'm just going to keep calling it an engine jack. Now that we have that together, should be a fairly simple install now on the engine. It fits right under where we have the engine parked at. I'll probably have to have a little bit of help maneuvering the engine on top of the jack, and then from there I probably have it myself. So this weekend I'm assuming I'll have the engine in there. I've got to do a little bit more wiring to get things together. I don't have we switched to classic plates instead of the standard. I also plan on, wow, that was louder than I wanted it to be. I also plan on taking the overrider bumpers off the 67. Because of the way they're installed on the 67, they'll actually install straight to the 72, which is nice. I didn't want to have to buy the adapter. And we'll probably throw those on hopefully soon. And then from there, we get to the rest of it. We get to drive it. The interior. I need to do some electrical work, not a whole lot. But we'll double check once we have the engine in it. We got power in it. We'll double check the lights. I know the brakes were working, so we'll double check the brakes again. There's still drums. We never got the wheels off the car, so it may be a trip over to Point S to get the brakes taken apart, because I'm obviously not getting it here. I tried. Heat, everything. Deformed one of the lug bolts. I do want to switch to either studs, the studs for the lug nuts, and drive it like that for a little while. And eventually, I would like to go pads all the way around instead of drums. But that's a little bit more money. Priorities. Running car, get it down the road, get what's on it fixed, and then we'll start working on upgrades again. Really like to get the paint and body before we really start doing a whole bunch of upgrades, because I want this thing to look great. We are heading towards doing it to kind of look like the 66, 67, somewhere around there, that they used for the Bumblebee movie, even though it's a 72. But most people aren't going to notice that. There'll be some Volkswagen fans that'll notice it. There'll be some diehard Transformer fans that'll notice it. But I think we can do a pretty good tribute to it. And speaking of Transformer things, the Jeep, since we bought quite a few logos, we bought the logos to go on the side of the Volkswagen. We bought a logo for the steering wheel. There's still 3 more logos. So they're going to go on the Jeep. And the Autobot Transformer for, there was a Jeep. There was 2 of them. There was Hound and there was Roll Bar. Mine's not a military Jeep, so it's Roll Bar. But thanks for tuning in. If this episode doesn't release tonight, which is the 27th,
it will release before the episode where the engine's going in. So, if you're seeing this, the engine is next. Thank you for tuning in. Ciao. I missed the button. Depth perception.